This is See Like Sheba. I am your host, Sheba, and the rest is up to you, babe. Of course, the name of this episode came to me when I was resting the other day, and I was like, that's perfect. On this channel, I'm always talking about the importance of rest in for humans, especially. And I am myself, I rest a lot. Like, I'm a projector, so I have to rest more often to conserve my energy. But everybody needs to rest more, especially if you were drawn to this video and you are in my collective of people, you're one of the subscribers, then you maybe have an inkling, like you need to rest more. And it's really freaking important. If this is your first time seeing me, hello, I'm Sheba. Give me a like, comment, and subscribe. If this is not your first time seeing me and you're coming back for more. Okay, let me get through these notes, all right? So I wanted to talk about, I love like a play on words and a double, triple, however many entendres. So, rest is incredibly important in human beings, and particularly I think in like human evolution, like in the way that we're evolving now. We're creating this new earth that is about like frequency, and so like when you fall asleep in a car and you wake up and you're there. See that, like, floaty? Anyway, you wake up and you're at your destination. You're like, oh my gosh, I feel like no time passed. It's like a way to quantum leap. Rest is a way to quantum leap to a future timeline, to a different timeline, okay? It's also like, in sci-fi, but probably in real life too, astronauts, like when they're trying to go like to another galaxy, they go into suspended animation, which is their body shuts down, and they're asleep, and they do that so that they can time travel. You got to get light years, and you don't want the people to get there and be like 300 years old, and yeah, sleep, rest has that power to get you to different dimensions. Okay? So fall asleep in the car, wake up in your new destination, fall asleep in your rocket ship, wake up in a new galaxy. It's the same for, human evolution. Just like there's so much value in resting. Okay? And so the rest is up to you. You're responsible for getting rest. And we live in a society in which we have a lot of anti-rest propaganda, right? They're like, sleep when you're dead. And I don't know, like I remember being a kid and like not liking naps. Certainly the ones where we had to like sleep in front of everyone. And they were like, go to sleep. And I'm like, what? We also have like, I don't know, we kind of fetishize pulling all-nighters and, working all night and working 2 jobs, and sleeping very little, needing very little sleep. We have this idea of kind of like the early bird gets the worm, and if you like sleep too late, that's like really bad. But you know what I saw? Okay. Lions, all right, king and queens of the jungle, sleep for up to 16 to 20 hours a day. They do that to conserve their energy, especially during the heat of the day, and to be active during twilight and nighttime for hunting. I don't love this fact. Lionesses generally sleep less than the males because they are the primary hunters and the primary caregivers for cubs. Is there any species of female that is not forced to do like the majority of the labor between the division of labor and the sexes? I digress. The important part is lions of any gender, of any sex, sleep 16 to 20 hours a day. Male lions be sleeping 20 hours a day, and they still get everything done. They still are able to raise their children. They're able to have children. They're able to find food. They're able to find shelter, and they're just efficient. But humans, we're not taught to think of someone who gets all their shit done in, 4 to 8 hours. We don't think of them as efficient. We maybe think of them as lazy if they spend 16 to 20 hours sleeping. Now, I'm not telling you to spend 16 to 20 hours sleeping, but I am telling you to prioritize sleep a lot more than you do. Prioritize rest a lot more than you do. Because like how many of us, like when we're, well, let me get to that in a second. Let me get to that in a second. Anyway, that's just to say, in nature, rest is incredibly important. In other species, rest is incredibly important. And humans, we're taught like, no, it's a luxury, you know? And a lot of us, I'm sure when we are resting, we feel a little guilty. We're maybe playing over in our head the things we're gonna have to do when we wake up from rest, you know? The rest is something that we have to earn. That's not true though, babe. That's not true. And in fact, the Matrix and lots of other people, you know, use the lack of rest to control you. The Matrix loves for you to be unrested and exhausted. It's super easy to control you. Actually, if you watch a lot of stuff about cults, a lot of cults will sleep deprive you. They'll try to control how much like food you can intake and also work you really hard and wake you up super early so that you never have this chance to regulate. Because if you did, you would be like, wait a minute, am I in a cult? Or, you know, in the ways that I think we're taught to like, you know, work so much. And I bet if I were to tell you, go on Monday, find 30 minutes to take a nap. What would you say? I know a lot of you might resist me. You might say, I can't take a nap. I can't imagine taking a nap. And my loves, I mean, if you can't imagine carving out 30 minutes to close your eyes and dream, we're not going to be able to imagine a way out of the Matrix. We're not going to be able to imagine a better, you know, way of living for our children. We're not going to be able to imagine a world where we're not, you know, just constantly working and still, for some reason, never having enough time, never having enough energy, never having enough resources, and still feeling lazy somehow, still feeling like, oh no, I can't rest. Okay. So yeah, you are responsible for getting rest. The rest is up to you because yeah, if you don't control your mind, someone else will control it for you. And these powers that were, they want you to have shame around rest. They want you to just be a machine who, which is so funny because machines need rest too. If a machine is just constantly running, it will break. It will break earlier than it otherwise would have. It will grind itself down. And so will a human. Faster, in fact. But we've just taken on as like a badge of honor. Like, no, I never sleep. Or, you know, like I sleep like, you know, 2 hours. Like, oh my God. Okay, so the rest is up to you. The form of rest is also up to you. I think, you know, there's nothing better than like sleeping, but it is a little difficult sometimes when we're, you know, in the society that like demonizes rest. It's hard to do. It's hard to do. And so I used to think I wasn't good at sleeping. I thought I wasn't, it took me a long time to fall asleep. I was just like very aware, especially if I was with someone. It was just like hard for me to relax enough to fully release and relax and go to sleep. And so I then read that closing your eyes gives you the same benefit. Closing your eyes for like an hour gives you the same benefit as if you were actually asleep. So I started to try to fool my body. And I was just like, okay, just keep these eyes closed. And when I wanted to open them, or, you know, I would let myself, I wouldn't be too hard on myself, but I would just keep closing my eyes and being like, the point is to just close my eyes. And eventually I got to be really good at sleeping. But, you know, if I were to just close my eyes, that would be legit too. But rest is also, you know, watching some favorite videos on YouTube. It's taking a walk. It's meditating. It's dancing. It's singing. Whatever you do to rest. Whatever lowers your, whatever like regulates your nervous system. Whatever like helps your breathing calm. Maybe it's reading. I love to read also. Ooh, from Burkina Faso. That's awesome. Love that. Oh, hey, Karina, ¿cómo estás? Love Ibrahim Traore. My apologies if I said his name wrong, but love what, you know, he's trying to do for the people. And I think he's going to be successful. I love it. But if we want to get to a future where we're all free, we're going to have to rest a lot more. If we want to start harnessing our quantum jumps, we're going to have to rest a lot more. Okay. So yeah, the form of rest is up to you. Doesn't have to necessarily be sleeping, but you do have to like turn off. So get away from your computer, probably. I'm kind of saying this like Billy loves, you know, working and tinkering on stuff and like doing songs and stuff. But, you know, he's been more intentional recently about just going outside. And at least like, you know, he's on his phone, but he's outside, you know, and resting. He's been doing more of that. And just like playing video games, having fun, doing, you know, playing can also be, you know, I will also count that as rest. Okay. Play and rest are very important. So we're going to count them together right now. All right. Because, you know, in this matrixy world we're in, they're always trying to get us to like be producing, you know, have all these multiple streams of income, passive income, and like even rest is supposed to be, you know, productive. And I think that's actually like, let's go with what we already know. Fine. Let's start thinking that rest is a profit generating activity. So every time you close your eyes, you make money. Every time you breathe, you are busy making money. So before I go to sleep, I'm like, oof, I'm about to clock in. I'm about to receive invaluable, you know, invaluable wealth that is beyond modern day comprehension. All because I'm going to rest. Okay. I've talked about this before, but I'm going to bring it back because I know there's a lot of new subscribers and people in the tribe. Okay. Sleeping Beauty method. I am someone who loves a Disney movie, and I learn a lot of lessons from movies, songs, medias, and stuff like that. And so a lot of times I've seen myself as like a Disney princess, but like, you know, a kind of active one, like Mulan or Pocahontas or something, or Moana maybe. She counts as a Disney princess? I think she does. And I was thinking, what if I'm actually supposed to be like Sleeping Beauty? We forget about Sleeping Beauty, that Disney princess, but I love her because she like pricks her finger, goes to sleep, and then everyone else figures out whatever the issue was. While she's asleep, I think there's like a witch that they defeat, and there's like a, I don't know, a prince comes along and all this stuff. And all she's doing is honk shoe. And then what happens? Prince kisses her and she's like, what happened? And he was like, oh my God, there was a witch. There's all this stuff, but you're a princess still, and now we're gonna get married, and we're gonna name a movie after you. Oh my God, like that's the dream, actually. That's the dream. I would love to just like go to sleep and have everyone else solve the issue, right? I don't need to be like Mulan, stealing my father's armor, joining the army, pretending to be a boy, saving, China. Like, my value is in my ability to just like conk out, to rest. And my ability to trust that I'm taken care of is rewarded. Sleeping Beauty method. Try it. That's actually how I found myself. I was able to quit my job as an attorney working for the U.S. federal government, the Social Security Administration. I was able to, I made a video that I was like, I want to quit my job and I don't want to work hard. And then I went to sleep. And the next day, a random person had left a comment that I should look in my retirement account because I work for the federal government. And I ended up having over $250,000 in that account. So all I did was go to sleep and somebody else solved the problem for me. Beautiful. And I'm starting to see how like that's always what happens for me. It's like the universe is trying to show me like the less I try, the more they will reward me. Okay? The more open I am to receiving, the more I receive. Ooh. Okay. Let's see. What else do I want to say? Yes. Okay. So when you rest, you receive solutions and opportunities. Actually, this is how I came up with this title. I was like falling asleep and it said, it came to me, the rest is up to you. I was like, that's so brilliant. It's great. Yeah. So yeah. And if you're resonating with me, you probably have a similar trajectory as me, or it's like, right around the corner for you. And I know that like I'm resting so much recently. I've been called to rest a lot more than usual because I'm being prepared to receive a lot. Oh man, tomorrow maybe I'm going to tell you about this dream I had, which is really powerful. And I know I'm receiving a lot of information, downloads, insights, opportunities while I sleep, while I rest. And my stuff really comes in all at once. And so I know the universe is preparing my vessel to receive immense wealth, immense power quickly. And when that happens, I'm going to have wished that I rested. I'm gonna be really grateful that I rested because I am gonna rest. So I'm gonna be really grateful that I rested enough so that I am able to be a vessel for all of the beautiful blessings that are coming to me. I love it. So yeah, the rest is up to you. The rest of the story is up to you, my love. That's interesting. Yeah. So how much you rest will determine how much you receive. If you can't even take a nap, receive a nap, it's going to be hard for you to imagine, dream of receiving unimaginable wealth. It's going to be hard for you to imagine like the answer just dropping in. But that's how it happens. I swear. You have to trust. Ooh, the universe loves when you trust it. It's like, ooh, there you go, baby. Yeah. So start preparing to receive more than you can imagine, more than you ever had before. But you got to rest. You got to take a nap, my love. You got to just chill. Go watch that show you've been meaning to binge watch for a little bit. Catch up on it. I've been watching Beyond Belief. Have you ever seen that one? It's from the 90s? Yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much all I got. Oh my goodness. Wow, I got lots of love today. Hola, right? Okay. Hey, oh, you love my nails? Thank you. They're supposed to be they're like vintage glassware, right? Can you see that? Ooh, oh my goodness. Like so pretty. Hand painted. You really got to see them in person, but like they've just brought me so much joy. I really love these. And the color scheme, ooh, so beautiful. Yeah. Anyway, that's all I got. 20 minutes? Yeah, perfect. Perfect. About to get some food. And okay, yeah, bring your forehead up against the screen if you would be so kind, my loves. I love you. And this is all made up. And the rest is up to you. Ooh, just heard my DoorDash person. Love that. Yeah, the rest is up to you. So how you want to make it up, babe? All right. I think that's it. Yeah, that's all I want to say. Okay. Salam, my loves. Oh, and also, okay, if you made it to this far, maybe give me a rocket ship or a bed. Give me a bed. Why did I do rocket ship? Because it's like the suspended animation thing. Going to another galaxy, doing a quantum leap. But okay, rocket ship or what did I say? Bed, right? If you made it to the end. And if this resonated, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Give me a donation if you want. My Cashapp is in the description. And oh, I think there's a new feature, give me a, what is it? Give me a woo or something like that. It's like, you'll see it at the bottom. It's like, give a, dang, I can't even remember what it is. That's okay. I care more about your subscribes because I want to get 1,111 subscribers by the end of 2025. But I also don't want to work that hard. I really want to Sleeping Beauty method it by just putting the intention out there, going to sleep, and having overnight success. So, all right, I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Yeah. Salam. And yalla bye. Oh, it's called Hype Me Up. Hype Me Up is the new feature they have. Hype it up, girl. Yeah. Okay. And welcome to the collective if you just joined. All right. I'm done. Salam. And yalla bye.